Hi there team, Coach Alexa here, coach for Reading, South Oxfordshire and online. Little mini series about Christmas. We talked last week about booze, not a performance enhancing drug. I guess the other thing about Christmas, in fact I think it's actually my favourite part of Christmas, other than sort of snuggling up on the sofa with some candles on and a hot drink, is the food. We do, as a species, like celebrating with food, don't we? Every culture and country across the world celebrates their special occasions with food. It's a bit of an important part of being human, really, not just eating because we need to, but eating, lovely things because it's a nice way of celebrating, enjoying ourselves and bringing people together. So I want to first of all say, please don't feel any guilt about what you eat over Christmas. We're all going to eat a bit more and a bit differently to usual, aren't we? That's absolutely fine. It's not going to do any massive damage to our training or our fitness or our health or anything like that. But I would say there are a few maybe things just to think about in terms of, the impact of what we're eating over Christmas and how it might have a little bit of an effect on our training. So I would say it's pretty common for people to be eating slightly more sugar with the tin of chocolates that's on the table permanently where the physio clinic that I work at the moment. It's very hard to avoid eye contact with it. And also fats as well. So, quite a lot of the food, like the cheese board, my favourite part of the Christmas day, if I'm honest, we're probably eating more of those foods that we know are a bit more challenging on our bodies in terms of, raising our blood sugar or just more challenging on our digestion to get through, like high fat foods. And also there's the volume, isn't there, frankly, the phrase of going into a food coma. When we've really stuffed ourselves full of food, our body quite rightly goes, hang on a second guys, we need to just have a sit down and prioritise our efforts onto that digestive system to figuring all of this stuff out and working out how we're going to break this all down. So, it might be that if you're going out for a run, it might feel a bit different to usual because you've been eating things at different times to usual. Runs might be at different times to usual. It might mean you're slightly more likely to have a bit of a digestive upset on a long run, for example, just because you're eating foods that you're not used to eating, unusual things, higher fat foods that might be, a little bit more aggravating for your digestion than your usual kind of everyday meals. It's worth having a little bit of a thing. I mean, protein for recovery is usually covered when we're, kind of eating the Christmas, maybe nuts and the nutcracker that you've got out. Normally there's some sort of meat or fish centerpiece or, some other maybe plant-based alternative that's got a decent protein source to it. I think that the area perhaps we struggle on a little bit more over Christmas, I mean, carbs are flipping everywhere, aren't they? And fats, maybe not healthy fats, but fats. The area we struggle, I think, more with is overall vitamin and mineral sort of nutrients. So having a think about, having a load of veg on your plate with your Christmas dinner, maybe slightly fewer potatoes and meat and more vegetables. Having healthy snacks on standby. I certainly get to a point maybe about 2 days in where I am craving a little bit of fruit and vegetable content just because that's been missing from my diet for a couple of days. So making sure you've got easy sort of fruit-based snacks on hand. Just to keep that overall nutrient profile balanced a little bit. But overall, I mean, it's only a few days, isn't it? Eat, enjoy, be happy. But just notice that, big changes in what we eat and the volume that we're eating will have a bit of an impact on our bodies. Our bodies will be doing a bit of extra work in the background to try and figure it all out. So just give them a bit of time and space to do that. Happy running and happy Christmas.